26, and Jeff Bodine also having a little bit of trouble. He's going back. Brett caught up in that outside lane. His car just doesn't seem to work up there. He's in the green, Quaker State Ford, number 26.
And the car right behind Richard is Bobby Hamilton, car number 68, and it is a Ford this week.
Morgan Shepherd trying to get on the inside of Ricky Rudd. He looks like he's got the spot made. Here comes Dale Jarrett trying to follow him. Morgan gets by, but Jarrett not able to draft along past Rudd.
He goes on into the turn, and it looks like he's caught.
Oh, Hamilton is spinning.
And Jeff Bodine spins. Ooh, some heavy contact behind them.
Is that more? That's Greg Sachs' car, I believe.
3 cars involved in a crash on lap number 5 here at Michigan. There's Greg Sachs. He made hard contact with the outside wall after he was pinned up there. He appears to be able to make it to pit road, however, but 2 other cars, Jeff Bodine and Bobby Hamilton. I guess Hamilton continued on around. Jeff Bodine is against the wall in turn 4, and here it is again.
We see Hamilton go in the corner, and a car on the outside of him takes some of the air off, and around he goes. I guess that was Brett Bodine. Now Jeff spins, and that was Sachs that hit Jeff Bodine.
Yeah, Jeff spun right up in front of Greg Sachs. Greg had nowhere to go. And we'll look at it again. You see the green car on the right of your screen, and that is Bobby Hamilton. The back end just gets loose. It looked like Harry Gant going by up on the outside, or it's a green car at least, and Jeff Bodine spins and then shoots up the track into Greg Sachs.
And we see all those cars going by on the inside. Now Hamilton probably didn't get a lot of damage.
He probably had the least damage of all. He continued on.
Sterling Marlin's right behind him, also Kyle Petty. So, and how many tires do you think he's going to change? Is he only going to change 2 or 4?
I don't know. I would guess that Martin will change 4, but we'll see.
Here he stops. Looks like
no, don't look like they're going to the left side to loosen the lugs. Jerry Punch.
Looks to be only a 2-tire stop as well for the Valvoline crew, Ned. And Benny, Steve Bill and the crew now.
We have a crash in turn 1. Crash in turn 1. Don't know who it is, but he is sliding all over the place and banging into the wall. Looks like it's Stan Fox. Stan, if you saw Saturday Night Thunder last night, and I hope you did, had a frightening accident at a USAC midget at Indianapolis Raceway Park. The car got up on the wall and turned over, came down hard on the roll cage. Stan trying to commute between here and Indianapolis Raceway Park the last couple of days, and now his Winston Cup car has crashed here at Michigan. Now here was the race to the line as the caution came out. Kulwicki and Bill Elliott.
And Bill wanted to get those 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Thought this might be one of his better opportunities. A break for these drivers. Let's see which one is going to get to the line first. They touched there for a little bit.
Wow. Who was it?
looks like Elliott.
That was close.
Yes, it was.
Here's the line.
No, I think it's Kulwicki. Oh, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, it's too close to call.
Does that come under too close to call?
I think so.
And guys,
let the NASCAR officials figure that. What a break for those drivers.
I know Stanley Smith doesn't want this publicity, but while we were watching this and the replay, he spun coming off turn 4.
Is that right? There he is in the pit area.
He made a 360 and came right on down pit road.
Here it is.
There he goes around and around, stops that baby, puts her in gear and goes to the pits.
He aimed to do that, Benny. Come on.
That's a strange entry to pit road, I'll tell you.
Well, but it created some excitement for the fans. Now there's the 2nd and 3rd place cars of Brett Bodine and Ernie Irvin as Bill Elliott leads this race. Irvin heads up the banking to challenge Brett Bodine in the Quaker State Ford. Brett holds him off for the moment. Waltrip is right behind, so is Sterling Marlin, Bill Elliott, and Rusty Wallace.
Schrader must have had his hands full out there with, he just changed 2 tires when he made his pit stop and did not stop under that caution flag.
Now Wallace there at the tail end of that pack is not on the lead lap. Rusty shown in 25th.
He's one of those drivers that have made a pit stop.
Oh, there's Ricky Rudd.
Ricky Rudd is in the wall, and flames are trailing behind the car. Going to bring out our 3rd caution of the day.
Looks like some pretty heavy contact on the right side of that car. He's probably knocked an oil line off, or maybe the fuel pump off the car, and that's the fire that we see. And the fire truck immediately up to the 8 of the Tide Chevrolet.
drivers got a lap back as Bill Elliott led everybody back to the line.
And Doyle, Ford, and assistants trying to get the field slowed down because the fire crew did arrive on the scene.
And Rudd climbs out of the thing. It's like wobbly, but he's...
Yep. Looks like he's okay. Looking back at the car.
Sterling moves down on the inside of Davey Allison as Bill Elliott takes the lead.
Elliott has taken the lead on lap 95.
Looks like maybe Kawicki has found out whatever kind of problem he had the last time. Looks like he's a little racy right now. Three abreast back behind him.
Tight three abreast.
A real tight three abreast. Ernie Irvin on the inside. And a crash coming off the second corner right behind him.
Right behind what we were watching, a crash breaks out. Rick Mast is involved, several others.
This will be the break that Dale Jarrett was looking for.
Yep. Derek Cope was involved. He keeps going, however. There's a car up against the wall. I cannot tell the number. Looks like that everybody was able to keep going, but Dale Jarrett got a break and is now back on the lead lap.
Well, Bob, at the risk of boasting about your son, if he'd been anybody else, we would have said it. Before the caution came out, he was gaining on the leaders about 1/10 to 2/10 of a second a lap. So then he made the pit stop, got out first of those that were a lap down, and got the break that he needed here by outrunning the leader back to the line.
Our fifth caution of the day is out of the NASCAR Winston Cup Champion Spark Plug 400. We'll be right back. From Morgan Shepherd's perspective, this is why we're under caution for the fifth time. Watch up ahead. And that's Derek Cope spinning. A little bump there, maybe.
Well, I think the car in front of him got sideways. I think the car in front of Derek got sideways, and he turned to avoid that car.
All right, watch and listen.
They might have touched the 30 car, but Michael might have had to back off because the car in front of him got loose, and Michael hit him.
Well, there were 4 cars involved. Looks like Cope has the most damage. Everybody else was able to keep going. They were Rick Mast, Jeff McClure, and Jimmy Hensley. And in fact, it didn't take long for them to clean the track back there. No debris or anything, and we are ready to go back to caution. And this will complete lap number 98. We'll be on lap number